is talking about self-empowerment. Self-empowerment, living in alignment to who you truly are, your higher self, your higher mind. Thank you for joining my live, guys. Thank you for joining my live. Today we're talking about Bashar's teachings, right, which are aligned to what I also teach as well on my channel, okay? Self-authority is important. You create your own reality with your beliefs, your choices, your actions, your worldview, who you are. Because you cannot make choices, actions, and make actions, sorry, that are outside of what you believe, outside of your worldview. Okay? So you every day we all just making choices because of the beliefs we have, which are our worldview, who we think we are, what we think about life, right? So it's all about self-authority, right? So but as per Bashar, self-authority is about stopping to giving your power, stop giving your power out by you not owning your life, okay? You giving your power away when you blaming people, situation, and circumstances for what's going on in your life. You're not taking ownership. Now you are a victim. Okay, so now Bashar's teachings move you away from self being a victim, but being somebody who's in authority of your life. You are the authority. You decide what's going to happen in your life, right? And then people say, what about things just happening? Okay, things happen, yes, but you assign meanings to those things that are happening because, again, you have authority. Because when something happens, we as human beings, collectively and individually, assign a meaning, okay? We assign a meaning. So you have that authority within yourself as a sovereign player, right, with a higher self and a higher mind to assign meaning to anything. You're never a victim. You decide that this thing is a painful experience. You decide that this is a disappointment, right? You apply for a job and then you don't get the job. Then you decide it's a disappointment, or you can decide that no, this is just an experience. It just means I need to work harder. I need to get more information. I need to prepare myself more for the interviews. I need to be able to apply for jobs that I want, that align to my skills. You see the two different things. You sign a meaning to it. You break up with somebody and you decide, number one, okay, it never works. I'm not good in relationships. I don't deserve good relationships. Or you decide, well, it's a breakup. What did I learn in this relationship? What can I do better next time in the relationships? Maybe next time I need to set boundaries. Maybe next time I need to be careful of who I say yes to, who I decide I'm going to have a relationship with. Maybe I should create a wish list. And on my wish list, I can have all the things that I really should, that I desire in a potential partner, right? Or even if you're just having a boyfriend, you need to choose according to what you desire, right? Have a set idea of what you want in a relationship, in a partner, in a boyfriend, or even in a friend. You decide who's going to be your friend, right? So you know, like, what do you like or what do you love in a person that can be your friend, that personality traits, same as in relationships. Taking ownership is what Daryl's entity Bashar, right? So Daryl Anka is the human being that channels Bashar. Bashar is a collective, as I understand, same as Abraham Hicks. It's a collective. It's always a collective. You understand? It's always a collective coming from the astral. You understand I'm trying to say? So these are the things that remember that people might not understand these things, but this is just information, right? We're in that age now where channeling and seers are now accepted. Before they were not accepted. So, but now that information that they're giving us is quite insightful. So it's up to you to decide. Well, again, you assign meaning to that as well. So you can say, I don't believe in this type of thing. I don't believe in it. It's demonic. It's not godly. That's your assignment. Not every person will give the same assignment to certain things. For me, it's like, okay, this is a way of us as a collective getting more information from the other side. The beings, the entities that see more than what we see. Okay, now you got to take what resonates with you and then reject what does not resonate with you. Because remember, you are a sovereign being. Now, there's something I really true believe that resonates with me. So, a lot of Bashar's teachings resonate with me because I believe I am an autonomous being. I'm a sovereign being, okay? I believe I have the power, and I believe in I do assign things, and I have the power to assign things. Now, remember, in Buddhism, they say that people create their own suffering because they're assigning certain meanings to certain things and situations that are causing that pain and suffering within themselves, self-suffering. You understand? So the Buddhism is all about you finding that easy part, that middle part where you're not identifying yourself to your life situation, right? You understand that the situation is just the situation. You are outside, you're a spirit having a physical experience here in this reality, okay? So self-authority, very important. Then he speaks about follow your highest excitement. Okay. Now this is where some of us can get lost. What does he mean by your highest excitement? Something that makes you excited when you think about it, right? You get inspired. You like this thing. Excitement's attached to it, liking. It makes you excited. Okay. The way you align your true self is to follow what excites you the most, what excites you most in life, in your life experience. Maybe sports, maybe politics, may it be social media, creating content, may it be anything, comedy, whatever excites you, because when your spirit is in high vibration, when it excites you, right? So in most cases, your higher self will lead you to that place of excitement, because your higher self is all about you loving and enjoying this experience here, right? So you follow your highest excitement. The way to align to your highest self excitement is to truly follow what excites you in life. Don't feel like you're forced to do anything, right? Okay, so these practices that I'll speak about later on after I've spoken about all these teachings, okay? Then the next one, he speaks about belief systems shape your reality. Again, I resonate with this one a lot. Beliefs, your belief systems shape your reality. Your belief systems are part of your worldview, right? So your belief systems create your reality. What you believe in creates your reality, right? And we all know how that is, okay? If you believe in fear and believe that this place is a place of lack and suffering, then you shall have and experience lack and suffering. A simple concept. Somebody threw something into the collective experience in 2020, 2021, and that was the COVID, okay? Now, not every single person assigned the same meaning to the COVID, right? So not every single person had the same belief system around this experience that was thrown into the game in 2020, 21, right? And this is not the first time, because the Black Plague was also thrown at some time as well. Not COVID, HIV was also thrown into the collective experience as well. And it's still there, right? But because of the fact that it was thrown in and became like a whole frequency, a thought form that lasted long within us, right? And in the end of the day, well, they came with the vaccines, and now it's just seen like a flu. You understand? So COVID is almost in that way as well. It's just seen as just like a flu as well. What I mean by that, something that can be cured or controlled. That's what I mean when I say the flu. It's just a sickness, okay? You have it, and it's something you can control it, you can try and prevent it and all those things, right? But it's all about the belief system. If you still believe it's a death penalty for you to be having the COVID, or even to have HIV, you get my point, then that's your own specific belief, that even when they give you those medicines and vaccines and whatever you need to take, they won't work so well, because you are consciously in your energy resisting that belief that this thing is curable, this thing is not curable, maybe manageable, I can heal it, I can live. Because they say there's no cure, but there is a cure, right? But I won't talk about that now, right? Belief systems are very important in your reality, okay? Very, very important. Your beliefs are act like filters to your experience. Your belief act like filters to your specific experience, okay? There could be you, your mother, your brother, your sister, 5 of you are living in one house, okay? But 5 of you all have different belief systems. You'll have the same culture, you'll have the same language, you'll have the same experiences in life, right? But even sometimes, you know what I mean? Everything's the same except for one thing. You all believe differently about life. Your worldviews may be very similar, but they're not the same. You understand? That is why in a family, not every single person has the same lifestyle, has the same successes in life because of your worldview. Our worldviews are not all are not the same. We have different worldviews. It'll be energy connected by energy, but we have different worldviews. Okay, so limiting beliefs keep you stuck in this empowerment. Bashar talks about limiting beliefs keeping you stuck in this empowerment. Limiting beliefs, I cannot. It's impossible. There's nobody in my family that's achieved this. They're not gonna like me. I don't like me because I'm the wrong skin color. I got the wrong hair texture. You know, all those things. Or my features are not good enough. Not that all those things are all limiting belief systems that disempower you, that take you away from your power. Right? You think that you're not good enough because you're from a country that's a third world country, or you think that you're not good enough, you're from a family with no money. That's all limiting belief systems that stop us from our own empowerment. Okay, so you choose beliefs that support your empowerment. You choose those beliefs that support your empowerment. Okay, so you look outside of the fact that maybe you feel that your skin texture, your skin color is not good, that you won't be successful. Okay, now again, that's just a perception, a very limiting perception. But if you believe that all things are possible, no matter what skin texture or color that I have, I can still be successful. No matter what hair texture I have, I can still be successful, right? Because success is for everyone. Okay, it's up to me to make that happen. It's up to me to make that happen. Now you're changing your belief system, your worldview. It's more empowering, and that's what we need to do. And this is what Bashar has been teaching people, right? As a collective entity. Then he speaks about external events and the neutrality of these events and circumstances. As I said, we all give meaning to every situation, circumstances, and everything. Anything that happens outside. Okay, we hear that Trump did this or said that. Not every single person is seeing it as a, oh my God, this is a threat. Some people are saying, okay, what does it really mean? What's the underlying meaning of what this guy is saying? Okay, you know, he's just saying it means nothing, whatever. That's his own problem. Okay, I'm living my own life. This is my life. And it's not controlled by Trump. It's not controlled by politics. Okay, now you're giving it your own meaning to whatever's happening on outside, on the mass media, political plane, right? You don't care, right? You just bothered about your own life experience. You giving that meaning, right? So external events, you must give them neutrality. They are neutral. So you give them meaning, okay? External events are neutral, as I said, until you give them meaning, right? So what meanings are you giving to external events? Are you giving negative meanings that are fearful, that are making you feel fearful and taking your power away? Or are you giving meaning to these events outside of you that are empowering you? Because you, an autonomous being, you have a higher self. You need to reach your higher self, or a higher mind that's there to uplift you. You understand? So what are you thinking every single day when you see news? When you see all these, oh my gosh, come see this news, this person said this and that said person said that, there's World War III and all those things. What are you are actually thinking and doing, going and hoarding and making bunkers to keep yourself safe, hoarding and collecting food just in case, or things like that. See, so you are giving meaning to everything, right? So because not every single person will say, okay, will respond the same way according to that external event that's happening. Okay, self-authority means that you reclaim your power. Self-authority, authority, you are your authority. You claim your own power, your experience, instead of being defined by the experience itself. Don't let the experience define who you are. Don't let this whole drama of the third world coming, and there's going to be a lot of pain and suffering in the world and all those things. You decide, okay, what do I feel about that? Where am I now? Who am I now at this moment? Because the now moment is what really creates your future, right? So on where you are now, if you're living in fear about third World 3 and all these things. They're not focusing on having your best time here. As Bashar says, follow your excitement. What is your excitement? It's not connected to other people. It's just your excited about now. Okay. Another thing, it speaks about alignment to your higher mind or your higher self, as I mentioned before. You have a physical mind, right? The one that you use for your day-to-day experience, the one that makes you get up in the morning, go brush your teeth, wash your face, go and change and whatever you're doing, and go outside for a walk, or you're going to have breakfast. You're using your mind, okay? Your lower mind, your mundane mind, okay? Then you have the higher mind. The higher mind is that part of you which is seeing more than what you see, your higher self, in other words, right? So he says self-authority comes from trusting your higher mind. Self-authority comes from trusting your higher mind, which triggers your intuition, some synchronicities, and also the excitement. So your higher mind is connected to those synchronicities, your intuition, and your excitement about life, right? Your inspiration, what inspires you. Okay, that's what it's all about. Then the next step he speaks about, next concept is taking responsibility. This is a big thing, okay? Most people decide to give the responsibility away because they're afraid of taking and looking at the truth and saying, this is my situation. You want to blame other people and circumstances and stuff like that, right? Now, that's not taking the responsibility and control. You now giving your control to something outside of you, right? Self-authority is not about controlling every detail of your life, right? But it's about you take the responsibility of how you respond to these things. Things will happen, yes, but how do you respond? And how do you choose to align meanings to certain things? Firstly, okay, somebody walks into a room and I'm there, and a person starts now arguing and insulting me, okay, I look at the situation, I give it a meaning, I assign a meaning to it, right? And then I respond. Now, normally your meaning that you assign to anything is going to trigger a response.